Hi, it's Janet Wakeland with remarkablycreated.com here with another One Take Wonder video. What we're going to look at is another new product from our 2014 spring catalog, and these are our tag topper punches, and I know that these are going to be a hot seller, so I really hope that Stampin' Up! Has stocked up in the warehouse. There are two different punches. One is an angled punch and one is a scalloped punch. They do lock so that they take up less room when you are storing them, and you simply want to go ahead and release them so that you're able to work with them. They have a channel that is recessed that will hold your paper in it, and it is just a hair smaller than 2 inches. And what you want to do is you want to take your cardstock and just put it in the channel and slide it all the way to the back, and you're going to press, and then you will have your punch, and you will even have the hole that you need to work with. We can just go ahead and let me just do this one here. Oh my gosh, get my hands on it, Janet. And push it the whole way back, and then here you can see the scalloped edge, and this one has a different type of opening on the inside of it. Something to see with the scalloped opening, this is our Chalk Talk framelit, and it does layer really nicely inside of that, so that gives you a really pretty look, something to work with. Something else that's fun with these, this is cardstock that is cut 1 3/4, and there are two little marks, and you may not be able to see it on the video with the lighting, but if you lay this and just kind of make sure that it is, you can see those two marks on either side when this is 1 3/4, and take it the whole way back, you're just going to get a smaller angle and a little bit smaller, more narrow punch. And you can do the same thing. This has the same two marks on it, and you're just going to want to make sure you can see those on either side. And you're just going to get, again, a much smaller scallop. And then one size smaller, this is 1.5 inches. And you just want to eyeball it, trust yourself, and you just want to make sure that it looks like it's fairly equal on either side. And now you're just going to get a real tiny punch. And this one actually has the makings to begin to look like a ticket as well. And you know what? Let's just make it 2.5 inches. So let's just cut that off, and we'll slide this in. And now you've got something that looks like a ticket. It's got the smaller little corners on it, just like that. And then on our scallop, again, eyeballing it on both sides, and you're just going to have just 3 little scallops on it. So you can go smaller. I haven't figured out yet a good way to go much larger, but you can go smaller, so that's something. Something else that's fun with this is we're just going to go ahead and get it just a hair smaller. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and put this in, and we'll put the other end in as well. And here you've got the 2 holes, and now you can go ahead and you can start to create wraps and belly bands because you have the 2 holes. You could also string ribbon. I find it easier to put ribbon through the scalloped one. The hole is a little bit easier for me to get my ribbon through. And you're going to be able to make some really sweet and really fun bookmarks quickly and easily. Again, you're also going to be able to do some belly bands, and let me just show you what I'm talking about when I talk about a belly band. Here is one of our boxes that we carry. Here's cardstock that I've already scored and folded that would fit around, and a belly band is something that slides off. It's kind of like a belt, literally, for your box or your gift. And we're going to go ahead and we'll take this. And the size of this, I didn't give you the dimensions. Obviously, it's just a hair more narrow than 2 inches, but in terms of the length, it's going to depend on the size of the box that you're wrapping and whether you want a gap when you come the whole way around, or whether you want your edges to actually meet and touch. And now I would be able to, let's just take my ribbon out here. Take my ribbon. And I'm going to quickly be able to tie this up, and I'll have just a sweet little way to package, and so those punches are going to be great for things like that. Something else that's fun, this was inspired by a project in our Stampin' Success. Every other month, demonstrators get a full color magazine with lots and lots of creative ideas in it, and I put tea in mine. Theirs had some chocolate in it. They didn't have dimensions for theirs, so we just kind of had to guess and figure it out just a little bit. And so I took a piece that was 8.5 by 11, which is this piece here, and I went ahead and punched it on both sides. And then what I did was I went ahead and I scored it at 3.5, Jen. I knew that looked real short as I was holding. 3.5 on one side, took it out, flipped it around, and scored it again at 3.5 inches. And so you're going to have your marks, and then I went ahead and just kind of folded it in to create a W. So I had it with the 2 score marks, and I just pressed in to make a W like that, so it will be self-standing. On this one here, then I went ahead and just stamped tone on tone, soft suede ink with some flowers. Took and stamped the banner "You're So Very Giving" in Strawberry Slush and mounted it onto a little bit of our gold foil paper because I wanted to bring out the gold that was in the baker's twine. And then I just have my 2 tea bags, and it just stands. It's a real sweet little party favorite, something sweet to put at a place, at a shower. Maybe you're doing a women's luncheon, teacher appreciation, but just a real sweet little easy way to use that tag as a favor. So here you've got your belly band and your tag. And then here's just some samples on cards. This, again, is punching the tag on both ends and running the ribbon through it and tucking it. And I'll just open this up a little bit so that you can see. But you can see how then we just tucked it behind, and we'll re-glue that later. Here's our angled punch on a card here. This one is our angled punch, and you can stamp both cardstock and designer series paper with that. Keep looking at the ink on my fingers, and I know they're thinking, what has she been up to? I've been busy crafting, people. We've got the angled punch on this one, and these little monster maniacs are so cute. Again, another angled punch. And the ones that are a little bit slightly less, again, you just have to kind of play with the cardstock just a little bit. Here you go. There's another one. And yet another one. You can just see where these little tags are going to be all over the place. One more, and then there's a final one for you. So lots of fun possibilities with the tag topper punches. I know that they are going to be a hot item. I think that punches are a really worthwhile investment because they really don't ever go old, and they can be used with so many things to make them new again. So I look forward to bringing you even more product from the 2014 catalog. We'll talk in just a little bit. Have a great time. God bless.